Hello everybody, and welcome back, tragically, to Space Engineers. In the previous episode, something was taken from us. Our home, our boy, the banana stand. Shredded, lost, smashed to ruins. Well, not for long, because we're gonna be packing up that As you can see, the Leapfrog 2, soon to be renamed, is studiously packing up each and every piece of that base and putting in a little box for later. We have a very long and very interesting road ahead of us as we convert this husk of our plans into our future, which is going to be this machine right over here. We're going to have to redesign it, we're going to have to give it some new shapes and new features, and I'm also going to have to give all of you an apology as we stare directly into the sun, because this episode took a very long time to make. That's right, I'm actually recording this intro in the future. I know, how a little strange, a little fourth wall breaking for you. Life is busy, very, very busy, but don't worry, we have not been idle. While I have been trying to put out all the fires around the world that I am directly involved in, Magick has been studiously working on the next two major projects for the largely Unemployed channel, and they are, in this order, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. I hope you're excited, because I sure am. It is going to be an absolute fire banger of a video. I'm trying to appeal to the youth here. And also, we've also been working on Kerbal Space Program. That's right, there is going to be a Kerbal Space Program series launching on the Largely Unemployed channel in the next couple of weeks. We're very excited to bring it to you, and it's going to look super cool. Maybe a month, I don't know. Again, life's very busy, but the first episode is made and ready, and Magick is currently working on it, and it's going to be so damn cool. Unlike the sun hiding behind the moon and ruining my time-lapse shot. So if you'll all excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and put this banana in a bag, and we'll see you all a little bit later to work on this bad boy right over here. And here we return to the husk of what once was. Oh, that is hard to look at, isn't it? Oh, our boy. Our beautiful banana stand. Well, fear not, it shall stand again. And using its 3 mighty rockets. I mean, every time, man. I am a child. Let's go ahead and politely move ourselves away from here. I would just run down to the moon to get some ice. We have no hydrogen aboard this ship, none whatsoever, and that was a bit of a problem. So we are going to thrust away from the banana stand to kiss it its final goodbye. In fact, I think we should give it a little kiss. What do you guys think? I think that is a must-do. And as you can see, the welders are currently putting themselves to work. They are trying their best to weld up as much of this ship as is possible. Unfortunately, we just don't have all that many components. The banana stand was pretty gutted. All of our components that we made were lost. Almost all the ore was lost. We do still have the iron. So building a refinery certainly wouldn't be a bad idea. It will make it lighter to store it as components rather than ore. At least I think it does. That might be something we want to check, actually. But we can also do a little bit of smooching. There we go. Beautiful. In fact, I am actually going to leave myself anchored to this because it's going to make it just a little bit easier to figure out exactly what's going on. Let me drop off the ice I just picked up, and all we've done is swap out one of the oxygen tanks back here for the hydrogen tank. There you go. In fact, I need to turn off stockpile on that so that it stops draining all the ice for its own use. Little greedy so-and-so. Now, we need to do something with this ship. In fact, first things I need to do is summon the power of Ra once more, just so we can actually see what we're doing here. Perfect. And we need to do something with this ship. It is currently a bit skeletal, right? There's just not much ship to speak of here, and I'd like to change that. So there's quite a few ways we can deal with this. The simple truth is that we probably don't need this many cargo containers on here. I think we can dramatically reduce the weight and also change the profile slightly if we were to get rid of some of those containers. And I'm thinking these two up front will probably be kept, or maybe we keep the two in the middle and ditch the ones on the sides. Yeah, because I would like to really change the design of this. I want to push the sides out a little bit, perhaps make them slightly more spherical, perhaps two large spheres with a sort of like a central, I don't know what you'd call it, like a shaft of some kind, and then like the ramming head at the top. That just feels like it's really on brand for us, you know, at this point. But I don't know, maybe I'll let that one organically evolve over time, you know, through millions of years of selective evolution to produce what is quite possibly the most efficient shape nature has ever created. But until then, we do still have some problems. We don't have enough platinum to finish building the thruster components on here. We don't have any assemblers on this vessel. We need to set up inventory management so that we can actually control the number of blocks we've got. I have no idea what we have on here, and I don't know which cargo container is which just yet. That's a bit of a problem, actually. I think our best bet is going to be to gut the ones we don't want first, and then set up Izzy's so that it can reorganize into the ones we do want. So yeah, what do I want to keep here? I think it makes a lot of sense to have storage at the back, near the engines, kind of like an engineering bay, right? That makes sense to me. And then we will build sort of more of our refinery and assembly systems up front. Yeah, that way also if we ram something and it goes through it, we don't lose all our components. I want those at the back. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off now. I think that's just something we're going to do. This is now, the banana's last stand color is now the grinding color. Which should work? Am I crazy? Yeah, that should work. Okay. And any of those components in there will just be relocated to other parts of the ship, which is great. I think we want to gut these thrusters. We're going to just completely remove these nacelles as they currently stand. What I think I'm going to do, actually, is build these cargo containers further back so it sort of slopes downwards angularly. I think that might be the better way to do it, and then we put the thrusters behind those, so we sort of build out into this space here and here. Okay, do something like that. Maybe it's just too long. Maybe that's the problem. Whoops, got a little carried away there with the time lapses. I'm gonna stop building there so that Magick does not come for my last 2 remaining caps, and hopefully we can get this video out to you on time. I'm at most a week late, at most. Probably more. Sorry about that. It'll be on time one day, just maybe not today. I may have gotten a little carried away with the design on that one. We now have, as you can see, a partially completed ship. In fact, we're going to take a little bit of a running tour through the whole thing here, and also through my torso, by the look of it. So yes, we have ourselves a little bit of a hangar bay over here, and as you can see, we've got the shroom currently parked up and waiting for us. Has it changed color, or is that just the opalescence of the chrome adapting to its new environment? I'm not entirely sure, but that's our bridge over there. We have a little bit of a server room. We've got a rather large, expansive bridge. There's a bit of an engineering deck down there we can go check out. And as we head forward this way, you'll see we've got these 2 large hangar doors. We still need to set up buttons and all that sort of stuff for the space. We haven't done that yet. This over here is a decoy block, and I'm still not entirely convinced that that's a very good idea to have that in there. I just thought it looked kind of cool. So, I don't know, jury's still out on that one about whether or not we'll keep it. Here is our antenna, still not yet complete because we don't actually have the antenna components just yet for to make that work. We head over through here. You will see we've got our survival kit and our reactor room. It's a little bit dark in here, and that's because I put windows down over these modules. And that's mostly just to seal them off. We don't have enough bulletproof glass right now. We are missing silicon. And that's kind of the extent of the interior of the ship. It's not massive, and I've done a lot of the setup, but not all of it. There's still quite a bit to do. We do have doors just next to the hangar bay here on either side. We'll head out this one over there. And let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of the ship. And you'll see that it's got a certain yellow tinge to it. Because this, my children, this, of course, is indeed the Banana's last stand. And it's a hell of a tribute to the original. So let's take a quick external tour. We've got the rather large ramming rod at the front. Yes, indeed, I do want you. I want you to give me a little smooch. I put some nice ribs for their pleasure, and also for like a spear fishing sort of look. That's what I was going for. We got some rather large railguns pointing forward. We've got some very greebled armor, which I do still need to work on the paint job of. That's not done yet. As you can see, we've got this cool hallway down here. We'll check out. That's part of that engineering area access. We have a massive artillery turret down here, which is going to just provide some sort of, I don't know, flanking coverage. Should be able to fire at broadside, fire at stuff behind us, as long as we get the angles right. We've got rather large thrusters on the back. And of course, we've got some incredibly virile cargo storage. Yes, as is required. I do think they're a little close together. They could probably benefit from being a block further out on either side. But you know what? Sometimes a little odd angle makes for more fun. That's what I've heard. And definitely what I tell my therapist. Got some Gatling guns mostly at the back, and their primary purpose, of course, is going to be to fend off missiles and things. We've got some assault cannons up near the front with some welders and a bit of a sort of a armor screen just to kind of help protect a little bit from the ramming that will inevitably happen several times over. And I like it. It's sort of like design-wise, it's a blend of these guys with their sort of like bulbous protrusions. I do think this is still the best design I've done in this series, but I don't hate this. It is a bit dull on the back, and that's just because of the build radius blocking around these Gatling turrets. You can't build things directly next to them. If anyone knows of a mod that allows me to remove that limitation, I would be incredibly appreciative. But yes, this is currently what we're working with. It is rather an abrupt change of style towards the back, and I don't love this sort of ridge over here. I think this is a little bit flat, and we need to do something with it. I did think about mirroring these spikes along the spine, which could be cool, but I don't know, that's something we can deal with a little bit later. You'll see vents on the outside. Those aren't for any reason except that they are an angled connector block that I have access to right now, which I just think looks kind of nice. And there you go. That's the basic premise. I think it's a pretty sturdy little ship, pretty solid. We've got connectors on both sides. We've got space for the cargo drones. We do still need to set up the buttons so that we can get in and out of here. And I need resources. That's the big thing we're kind of up against right now, is we don't have enough of anything. We are completely out of most resources. In fact, if we run over here and sit in our chair, I have cleaned up much of the control panel, but not all of it just yet. You'll see if we go to inventory, and if I just type in ingot, we are down to 34,000 iron. We had like 300,000. We still have plenty of uranium, which is good. And we've got a random collection of other small things, but that's about it. Nothing really too impressive. If I go over and type in, let's say, for example, sheets, because all the components should be there. What is steel? Is that the one I'm looking for? Plates. That's what they're called in this. Plates. There you go. You can see we got like a randoms assortment of different things. We got like 7,000 construction components, which is kind of crazy. A couple thousand motors, like 2,000 semiconductor, which is cool because that means we can potentially build a jump drive. And that's actually what we're going to work towards throughout this episode, is getting the first jump drive. Now, that's a bit easier said than done because as you can see, I don't have access to said jump drive. I've got the Prototech version, but I don't have any Prototech components. And the reason I don't have a jump drive is because it is actually locked behind progression. This is not something we've had to deal with for a while, so I kind of forgot it was an issue at all. If we look for the gravity generator, we will find the jump drive. It is locked behind the gravity generator, and those of you who are astute enough will remember that the Reaver took out our base before we could build the gravity generator, which is a bit of a pain. Aha, there it is. Okay, the jump drive, that's the one. Oh, we got zone ships? Oh, we can build a safe zone. Huh, cool. Okay, but yeah, the jump drive, which is that one over there, is indeed locked behind the gravity generator, which is locked behind the production of 6 gravity components. If we head over to our assemblers and go into the production of said gravity components, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we are currently shy on gold. Looks like we're missing the gold, we're missing cobalt, we're missing iron. Okay, now, we do have access to all of those things through our asteroid mines. We could build a little mining ship to go and get it. That's totally viable. But I do want to do one other thing. Izzy's refill can probably be left on. What this will do is automatically shut off our reactors when the batteries are full. There we go, and turn it back on when they're needed, which is just super handy. And then if we go over here and switch this over, this is not actually going to be the Astronomicon mod. I do want to use that, but for now, this is actually going to be Izzy's. And this, of course, is not the Leapfrog. This is the Banana's Last Stand, the BLS. There we go, the BLS Izzy Refuel. This is going to be Izzy's inventory manager, because we are going to set Izzy's back up on this ship. I just love it. It's so good. You got to use it. All right, and before we actually set it live, I do want to edit the code a little bit. If we scroll down slightly and head over to auto crafting, you will see this over here. Auto disassembling is set to false. We want to actually set that to true. And what that's going to do is it's going to disassemble items that are over our auto-crafting limit, which we can set. That's the name we need to put on the LCD to set up the auto-crafting list. And there is a threshold here, the margin. So what we want to do is, let's just have a look here. So this is a percentage. That's why it says double. That's percentage. Double digits. This is a percentage. So for example, if we want to say, if we have more than 10% of our limit, we want to start disassembling until we get to the limit, basically, which is pretty straightforward. Or if we set a margin of 1,000, this will set it up for that. And let's go ahead and set that to 20. No, maybe just 5. We've got 5. Yeah, we'll give ourselves a 5% margin to overproduce because we also want to put stuff back. And then this will start disassembling it back in. And the primary reason for that is that way we'll be able to control what ends up in our. We won't have like we won't have 5,000 cargo components even if we don't need it. Sorry, I'm going to go and give this cat a very large, very tight hug. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. We've adjusted the levels for each of these components. And what's going to happen now is once Izzy's kicks in, there we go. You'll see that some of them are set to A and some are set to D. That is assemble and disassemble. That's basically how that's going to work. So if we have a look at our many assemblers, I think there's 4 of them on this ship. There we go. Let's see what they're up to. They are currently working on... Oh, I'm in the wrong view. There we go. They are currently working on disassembling, over here, disassembling superconductors. Assembler number 1 is doing the same. Assembler number 3 doing the same. And that's because Izzy's has determined that we have a surplus of superconductor and that we could use these ingots to make other things, which is entirely correct, which includes our gravity generator components, by the way. In fact, we might just be able to make them. That would be super nifty. In fact, I'm going to switch you over and manually assign
a few of these. Let's see if he'll make them. You make the sheets first, huh? We need cobalt. Okay, we are going to have to go and get some more resources. Alrighty, let's get moving. And as I can see down there, there is a rather dramatic looking lens flare just to the left of our ship. We should definitely go check that out. And I have told the 2 shrooms to the left and right of us to fly in formation, so we should be able to collectively bid farewell to our beautiful banana boy, possibly never to be seen again. And in fact, let's go ahead and pivot down. Now, they won't match orientation with us. I do need to set up the AI in order to make that happen, but they will match our velocity. So they're going to look a little bit silly, but they are still going to be flying in formation. They're just going to thrust in a slightly different vector to us. Now let's go ahead and line ourselves up with whatever that massive flare is and head on down. I should probably add a camera to the front of the ship so that we can zoom in, actually. That might be a very good idea. In fact, we're going to be doing a lot of things just like that in a second here. Let's go ahead and turn off the dampeners. We'll get up to like, I don't know, 50 meters per second maybe? Let's get, 50 meters per second, and we're just going to drift. And the idea here is that we are going to work on the ship as we move forward. So we need a lot of stuff. We need resources like silicon, cobalt, iron, all sorts of things. We're nowhere near ready, actually, to be completely honest, to finish this ship off or to even call it done. But we can start working on other parts of the equation. For example, buttons. A vertical button panel, a button panel pedestal. Yes, the very important button. That's the one. That's what we need right here. And I guess we could just put that off to the side. Oh, that's the nanobots trying to build it? That's really funny. Oh, we don't have computers, really? That seems improbable. Can I make a computer? Probably not, because I don't have enough silicon. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, no button for me. Well, to be completely honest, I'm just going to have these doors open for now, then. So, let's just close the old doors. Okay, we'll just leave one of them open for easy access. Not like we're oxygenating that space with the roof off anyway, is it? So, we want a camera. Where would I put a camera? I mean, there isn't really like a super clean spot, so I guess we just put it wherever it fits, which realistically might just be over here. We'll just put you on like that. And then again, no computer. Okay, well that's fine. That'll still allow us to at least zoom in front of us. Unless, could we fit it over here? That might be a little better. And never mind, you won't attach to the glass. Why would you? That'd be too easy. Okay, I mean, we can just stick it on the side. We can put it on the ram. What the hell am I flying past right now? What in the hell is even that? Hold on. Brake. It's a trading station. It's a damaged trading station. It's Salvage. Oh, baby. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's flip around so we can get the big thrusters involved. Okay, we are 1.6 kilometers away. I'm actually going to lock my target reticle onto that so we can keep track of it. And let's go ahead and, I don't know, park in a thusly orbit. Maybe we'll just sort of get near it. Orbit's the wrong word. Orientation. I think we're going to be salvaging this. Also, don't look at the number of blocks. It's a myth. It didn't happen. The rule set's intact. Don't let the non-state actors detract you from the truth of our living situation, which is that we're all having a great time. Thank you very much for asking. Okay, who do you belong to? Is this an abandoned station? 'Tis an abandoned station. How curious. Show me that hydrogen tank. How much you got in the... You're filled with 98% hydrogen? A gravity generator. Get him, boys. Okay, hold on. The rule set is still intact. I don't want to use the nanobots to hack the station. That feels like cheating. I do want to go in and... Oh god, they're not on this list. Sorry, this is them just automatically working. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. There we go. Okay, they are off. And we're going to selectively steal some of these pieces and then bolt them onto the ship. Is the gravity generator still intact? It's here somewhere, I'm assuming. Let's see if we can find... Aha! There it is. Oh, a tank of oxygen, too. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's... if I'm on detach mode. I have detached this block. Okay, so now, if I remember correctly, we hit 0. We hit R to pick things up. Oh, I guess maybe that doesn't work for large grid blocks. Okay, we've detached the gravity generator as well. Alright, so now we need to repurpose one of the shrooms. You are going to become my grabber shroom. Okay, let's take you. And we're going to go down there and pick up that container. Where did it go? Aha! There they are. Okay, so we want to get in kind of like this. Right? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's cut around the sides a bit too. Okay, that should come out nice and easy now. Definitely don't need this conveyor. Yeah. I think we can extract this block no problem. All right, you hop into here. All right, and we're just gonna paste it in a little bit. We're gonna grab you. Yep, we got him. And then I always gotta make sure we do actually do this detachment. So, nothing to detach from, the block is free floating. Wrong. This is objectively, demonstrably false. You are probably a station. Convert to ship. There we go. And now we can fly it out of there. Ow, my butt. I did forget about that bit. Okay, we are sans thrusters in the rear. It's fine. I never needed them anyway. It's going to be a slightly greater challenge to bring this home now. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Just pretend that direction doesn't exist. That's how our fathers did it. That's how we're gonna do it. Just fly it sideways, dude. Just bring that slong in to dock. Okay, so what's the game plan here? There isn't one. I'm glad you asked. Do I have welding pads? I do have weld pads. Computer, oh crap. Computer steel components. All right, well, let's drop off all of this. We need to just weld that on somewhere where it fits. We could put it right next to that connector. That's going to make it a little hard to dock in future. Where can I just quickly weld on a oxygen tank? It could fit right back here. I'm going to cut off that light. We're going to build a weld pad over here. Okay, weld pad on. Dope. Okay, other weld pad goes here. And hopefully ever shall the two meet, because we need them to connect. Is this easier than just building a grinding ship? No. Is it a lot more fun? Because when was the last time we even had a chance to do a proper salvaging in a series? It was a damn while ago, that's for sure. Okay, let's fix those, and then let's do this. The trick is to dock it right between the balls, you see? Don't worry about damage to the tank, we'll fix it later. Okay. I am sensing a small problem with this plan. Sensing a rather other problem. That I think these thrusters might be larger than their visual box. Yeah, I don't think we're sneaking in there. Thrust as we might, I don't think it's fitting. We're gonna have to apply a little bit of force. All of this work, just so that I don't have to build a welding ship, is hilarious, when the work would have been finished so much faster with the presence of a welding ship. Sorry, I meant a grinding ship. Okay. Are you locked? Oh, now you don't fit through the round armor slope? There's no winning with you people. Come on. Come on. What are you stuck on now? Those should have welded. Oh, the weld pad got destroyed. Oh, you're kidding me, man. You're kidding me. Hey, there we go. Okay, they're welded in. They're looking great. Fantastic. A whole bunch more oxygen for yours truly. You love to see it. You love to have it. Excellent. Okay, we can now put back our assorted armor blocks, so you can go in there. You used to be a thruster and should probably become one again. I have a feeling we might want those going forward. Unlock all of that. We'll set a proper automation for that in a second. You can give me my thrusters again. And let's just make sure those are rotated the way we want. Lovely. And I'm going to leave that blue, just so we remember where we came from here. But specifically so that that oxygen tank remembers where it came from. Okay, lovely. All right, let's go get the gravity generator and staple that on somewhere, too. Okay, so I see it there. Again. What's the best approach? I think we should probably carve a little bit of space here for ourselves this time round, because that was a bit of a disaster. Let's just cut all this up. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's go in there and get him. We do need to set this thing to become a ship, though. Info, ship. And I do remember to go ahead and claim these. Otherwise, they will not allow me to move. Oh, so deft. Okay, are you taking damage from my thrusters? No, you're not. You are doing the particle effect, but you're not actually taking any hits. Great. Okay, where are we going to put you? That's the next major question, right? Maybe on the deck? Yeah, hold on, we can put it on the deck. I'm going to have to cut through this glass, but we can do that.
Inventory full.
Okay, where do I want you? Right here will work, to be honest. Let's put down that. And we can always move it later. Once it's on our ship, I don't mind grinding it down. But to get it on the ship, I think we gotta do it the right way. No rotation. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, let's get this thing in there before it rips itself apart, as they tend to like doing. Stop it. Ghost forces. Stop. Okay, fine. I will cut you off. Okay, you're done. Good, good. Sometimes when you weld stuff on, you just get ghost forces. And sometimes you just get ghost forces. Lovely. Okay, reconnecting seems to fix the ghost forces. Lovely. Okay, see previous wisdom about just getting this thing on the ship, and then we'll figure out its actual final placement. Let's go ahead and put you there and there. Okay, no goofiness this time. Good. Weld. Thank you. Okay, magnifique. Alrighty. So, with that in... Okay, we do have the wrong gravity now. But, it's a good start.
Inventory full.
Okay, gravity generator components. We're taking you off. We're putting you in the bag. I did want to put that down properly, but I think it's going to fight me. So I'm going to give that one to Clang, and we'll just pretend it never happened. Okay, now we can actually build our grav generator the way we wanted it. And I think we will put it down here in the engineering bay, which I don't think I've actually showed you yet. So this is a good time to go do that. So if we hop down, obviously it'll work better once we have gravity, but this is our little engineering room. We'll be able to look out at our railguns firing should we want to. And it actually has my favorite feature of this whole thing, which is this window walkway. So we can see our artillery cannons firing. And then if you can just run down here and just get access to cargo should you need it. I mostly didn't know what to do with this space, and this seemed kind of cool. Okay, we want to put down our grav gen. If we get rid of this light, we'd be able to put it right here, which could be kind of cool. Yeah, that makes most sense, I think. Oh my god, it's finally happened. Oh, it finally happened. The gravity gen. Oh my god, do you know how long we've been fighting for this? You do know, but Oh, okay. The Banana's Last Stand gravity generator. Incredible. Okay, dope. That's pretty huge. We now have artificial gravity. And with artificial gravity, we should be able to make the jump drive. Yes, we can now. Okay, so what does this thing require? 1,000 superconductors, 120 power cells, 20 detector components, 120 gravity components. Ouch, my boy. And 50 metal grids. Okay, and how big is it? I don't remember. It's pretty chunkin'. I remember that. So we're looking at is that a 3x3? 3x3x2. Okay. Where am I going to fit a 3x3x2? Well, it might just fit inside the walls. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. Do I want the hydrogen? Not really. I don't really need it. We'll get some ice or something. Steal that. We could build a... Actually, hold on. We could build a connector onto this hydrogen tank and then just siphon off the hydrogen by powering the tank. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We have a small hydrogen tank on our ship. That's all. It's only for me. I'm never really going to use it for ships, I don't think. It's too dangerous to carry the stuff around. So I think we'll just cut this thing off from its friends, remove it from its support network, completely isolate it from any individuals that may know its whereabouts, and thus provision it for docking. I think we might want to try and move that with the cargo drone. Cargo drone? I sure hope it does. We do have the heavy gas mod, so this is going to be a little painful. And I see another large lens flare over there. Excellent. Okay, definitely going to get a grinding ship because we are going to need to salvage a lot of components to make this work. And I don't really want to ever go mining again ever in my entire life. I guess we could just bring this hydrogen tank with us for now. No reason not to, right? Oh, we're close. Just gotta twist it a little bit. Bring her down. Wait for the maglocks to kick in. Come on, maglocks. Come on. Give it to me. Yes, there we go. Okay, you can switch lock. Perfect. You are on. I want the other one to stockpile. So can you give me a tank? I want to, just in case that gets blown up, right? I'd rather this one is turned on. Okay, you're refilling. Turn that on. Okay, lovely. So we can park this over here. Just for now, I'm just going to sit it right on top of the balls. That can kind of just hang out. And then what am I going to do with the rest of this station? I think it would be stupid to leave it behind. I think we definitely should salvage it. I think we absolutely do need the components for various other things. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I need to think about that a little bit. Because I know a lot of people don't mind me using the build and repair nanobots to build stuff. But I think grinding stuff is a little bit different. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Right? Because we could go through the trouble of like attaching a welding arm to, or like a grinding arm to this thing and moving it all around. But I also kind of want to like get on to the next cool thing that we can check out. Like I'm going to spend like 6 months here, and Magick's going to bust my other kneecaps, and I don't know, man. Maybe that's just not it. Can you please just deal with this one? Thank you very much. Yeah, let's just have those doors open for a moment, I think. You are going to do the doors, and I need to set up the doors. Okay, I can push the button. They will close. I push the button. They open. Okay, keep them open for now. Okay, executive decision. For this episode, I am going to allow the use of the nanobots just to grind stuff down. And I'm also going to start working on a grinding ship for future episodes as well. That's going to be the plan. That's how we're going to do it. And that's mostly just so that we have fun. Now, I will add a limitation to that just for the sake of it, which is that for the new blocks, for example, the gravity generator, I think it was fun that we went in there and we salvaged it like that, and I think that's something we should continue to do. So I don't want to like absolutely take it away, but at the same time, I also don't want to be here all year The interesting thing that strikes me here is that we have a lot of incomplete pieces, like a lot, especially gyroscopes. These are going to be missing tons of steel plates and all sorts of other things, right? Like the nickel grids and, oh man, so much stuff actually, which is just not going to be ours if we don't salvage this. So I think we're going to need to do it. Also, for all items on this, let's just transfer to nobody and then to me, I think is how we want to do that. I think that's the best way to do it. All right, so these things are going to go in there and salvage all the high priority loot first before... I don't really need all the iron. That's just going to make us heavy. We're mostly here for these things like this, like the sensor components. Those are super useful. We're here for the timer blocks because of the computers in them. We're here for the batteries because of the power cells, although those do get turned into scrap, admittedly. Speaking of, we should also probably go ahead and figure out what's going on with Izzy's, because it's not producing all the stuff I want, and that's because it doesn't know what it is, for the most part. So you can make me some of those. Why don't you make me a couple dozen of these as well? I think we need some for the railguns, but also we need some... we do need silicon as well. We also need some for other things. Yeah, let's just have a look here. It's figured out what computers are. Excellent. Let's get like 600 of those. Bulletproof glass, let's get, 300 of that, sort of ready to go. Gravity generator components, I think I probably want to keep 6 for now. Large tubes, we probably want to keep 250. Metal grids, we're going to want to keep maybe 400. I just want to get all of this in the system. Oh, and then of course thruster components at the bottom. We probably want maybe 250 of those just chilling in storage. But that of course requires platinum, which we are not going to get out of this station. Alright, I think we're going to set up the time-lapse camera and watch this station get deleted. I will help out with my hand grinder. Or maybe, you know what, maybe we start working over here. We can work on a little... Yeah, we can work on a little grinding ship while that gets cut down. Okay, so I am going to set up a time-lapse to watch this thing get eaten. I think is a bit more interesting than watching me build the 15th ship of this episode. So, yeah. Okay, go gadget, time-lapse. And voila, I present to you the Millenium garbage. That's right. Millennium? Millennium. What? The longer I look at that, the worse it looks. Millennium. I think that's right. English teacher, by the way. Millennium garbage on the way. Yes, this is about as basic of a grinding ship as you can get. It's a little overbuilt, but it is built around one very large cargo container, and that's what I'm all here for, baby. Let me tell you. First things first, let's just rename these left and right. So I usually do it from the orientation of the cockpit. So you are going to be inset connector left, and you are going to be inset connector right. Okay, so let's just get those set up, and we will use this to... Here we go. We will use this to grind, and grind much faster we shall. They're so painfully slow, these small grid grinders. I still think the best grinding ship we've ever made on this channel was during, I think it was Space Engineers Ascension, which is the first ever series ever made on Space Engineers. It's not very good. Compared to the modern stuff anyway. Like, the editing is incredibly amateurish in that it was like one of my first ever attempts at like actually editing video and not just, uploading 45 minutes of barely edited RimWorld gameplay. That was the first 4 years of this channel, if you weren't here for it, by the way. Some other gems on there. There's some Kenshi, there's some Oxygen not included. If you just want the vibes without any of the magic, which I wouldn't recommend. I don't think it's anywhere near as good. And the view count certainly reflect it. There's a lot on there. There's a full playthrough of Star Wars Republic Commando on this channel, which is an absolutely phenomenal game. And I think it genuinely had like one view. There's an XCOM 2 playthrough on there somewhere. I'm just remembering now what else we've done. Is Kenshi, lots of Kenshi, like 3 or 4 different Kenshi series. God, I loved Kenshi. God, I still do love Kenshi. There's a Kerbal Space Program playthrough, but of course, we got the new one coming, which is very, very exciting. By the way, there will be new merch dropping with this episode. If you've made it this far, you definitely deserve to know that. We'll probably get Magick to put it in. In fact, we're probably going to start doing new merch drops with each new series. I think that could be really cool. We'll have some for KSP, we'll have some for Workers and Resources. It takes a little while to make them look the way we want them to, so hopefully they're ready by release, but you never know. I think it's more important to put out stuff that is objectively very cool and very good than to just make more YouTube slop to fill the landfills in Indonesia. I'd rather fill it with like high quality goods, you know? That's the environmentalist approach. And it's gone. We have vacuumed up the entire thing. Let's go ahead and dock this ship. We've got some very cool B-roll for our outro. And I think we need to be on our way because we need to figure out, A, where we're going to put this jump drive. It's definitely going to be the balls. We're probably going to have 2 of them. Which may be something that we actually need to do in the next episode. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but yes, we might have a next episode. This series has taken on a very different character, hasn't it? We still need to go check out those unidentified signals. I have not forgotten. I have not abandoned the cause on that one. That is absolutely something we still need to do. I would still like to adapt the Millenium garbage here to be a bit less hideous. But also maybe to explode slightly less. Probably gonna want to turn down the old attraction metrics on that one. Let's just let's tweak that down a little bit, just a little. Oh, 1% is far too much. Oh, no. That should be 0.005. 1. Sure, put him there. Okay, we're carrying around a bomb on our right-hand side. And some garbage on our left. Let's go ahead, hop in the cockpit, and be on our way. This ship is very, very far away from being complete, but it is getting closer with each passing episode. In fact, this is the first episode to have passed, of course, but whatever. That Reaver Slayer is going to go kill something. Not me, and not today, mother fricker. Okay, let's see if that ship is still going to follow me. Yes, it is. Very, very cool. The other 2, one is nestled safely within the balls. The other is currently sitting inside the hangar. Exactly the way it should be. That may be me. Yeah, I got a feeling that's me. Okay, well, let's zoot over this way and pretend it didn't happen. They will eventually give up, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, he's definitely coming for me, but he ain't got the chops. He just blew himself up. Ah, stupid. Your artillery is no match for speed. Oh, I definitely overshot that station. Alright, well, onwards, boys. Into the distance. And with that Reaver rapidly receding out of load distance, thank you all so much for being here today. This has been an absolute pleasure to play once again. I can't believe that at the beginning of this episode, none of this existed. None of this at all. It's not exactly beautiful. It's not exactly perfect, but it is ours, and that's pretty cool. I think next time what we'll do is we'll stop this boat once the Reaver has despawned. We'll head back towards that station, salvage that one too. Maybe make some more changes to the ship. I think I'm probably going to end up putting the jump drive, probably 2 of them, I think, inside the balls and moving the thrusters forward, elongating things somewhat, as it were. We could also potentially dig this up and put it right in here as part of this hub and then move these turrets higher. That could definitely work, but we do need a lot more resources to build those jump drives. So I think until such time as we've actually got this ship fully functional, we cannot consider Season 2 of Suit-Only Survival complete. So I think we're going to definitely be taking this a little bit further than initially planned, which I'm sure is great news to a lot of you, and which I look forward to doing. Thank you all so much for being here. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring some more joy to you on this lovely, I don't know when this is coming out. Let's say it's a Saturday. Who knows? As always, see you in the next one. Cheers.
You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?